Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining me for my first edition of Card Class in the Mail. If you're seeing this video, you should have either received your card kit already or you will be shortly. So I'm going to just show you a few tips and tricks on how to put together your cards, understanding that some of you may not have the stamp sets that I've used, so feel free to use whatever stamp sets you have. Most of my card kits in the mail will allow you that versatility to use whatever stamps you have that might work. So I'm going to point the camera down so I can show you exactly what I'm going to be talking about. So these are the cards that were part of my first card kit in the mail. So let me show you how you're going to receive your cards and how to put them together. So this is the first one that I'm going to show you. You will receive all the product that you need to make the cards, with the exception of adhesive and, of course, the stamps. So this card will go together like that. Actually, it's like that. Sorry, it's upside down. It's for the camera, so I have to do everything upside down. Okay, so this piece of designer series paper, this one is slightly different than the one you'll be receiving. I actually ran out of the one that's on my sample. So that's going to go like that. This piece here, this is a complementary color that's just going to go right here. I just wanted that to kind of break up the design a little bit. And then this smaller piece will go right here. Okay, so now on this piece here, you would go ahead and stamp your image on this white piece of paper first. I'm not going to do that for illustrations of this demonstration, but I'm just going to show you how to put this together. So I'm not going to stamp on this yet, and I'm not going to attach it to here, because you always want to stamp your images first before you adhere them to your paper. That way you'll have the option of doing it on the reverse side if your stamping isn't quite right. So I'm just going to attach this piece right here. Now you want to make sure that the tape is only on this first section and not going on this section here, otherwise it's not going to open properly. Okay, so then you also have a piece of Velcro in your card packet. Now this has adhesive on one side and then the Velcro on the other. The adhesive is pretty strong, so you're going to want to take off that first protective covering, and you're just going to put the Velcro dot right here. Now this has the corresponding Velcro still attached to it, and that's what you want, because you want to make sure that these Velcro dots are lining up with each other. So then now you're going to take off the other protective covering and put this down like that. And that way when you open your card, you're going to want to do it carefully the first couple of times, because that Velcro is going to be pulling on each other. It's just going to keep the card closed like that. Okay? So then on the inside, you're just going to attach this white piece of paper, white piece of cardstock right there. Again, you're going to want to stamp on it first and then adhere it so that you have the option of turning it over if it's not stamped quite correctly. Okay, so that's that card. And if you have any questions about what stamp set I used or any of the colors, just let me know. This cardstock is actually Lovely Lipstick. It is part of the In Colors that will be retiring in June. So if you like this color like I do, it's really pretty. Go ahead and get that on order as soon as possible, including the inks and the refills, because they're going to go quickly once people realize that they're going to be going out of stock. Now this is another card that is part of your card packet. This is a window type card. Now you can do this without this window sheet, but I kind of really like the look of it. It kind of looks like, you know, it's something clearer to look through, and it just makes the card fun. So you'll have your card like this. This is your card base. you're going to have your window sheet, and that's going to attach right like that. I would suggest using the Tombow glue, and I don't have mine here, so hang on just a minute. Okay, so you're just going to want to take your Tombow glue and adhere it to this flap. So I like the Tombow glue because once it's dry, you can't really see it as much as the tape. So you're going to put your window sheet down on your card and then go ahead and close that up. So because the window sheet shifts a little bit after you glue it down, you're going to want to just trim up these sides a little bit so that everything is nice and even. Okay, so when you open it, you'll see the Tombow glue now, but once it's dry, you won't see it as much. So you want to go ahead and kind of move that Tombow glue around just so that it's not real bulky. Okay, this piece of paper, Designer Series paper, will go on like this. The Designer Series paper that I'm using today is all from Celebration, so you only have a couple more days to get in on that paper if you're interested, because Celebration does end at the end of March. Okay, this piece is going to attach right down here. Now I'm lining it up with the bottom of the card because I do still need to go back and trim that window sheet because it's not exactly flush on the sides. But I'm not going to take the time to do that right now. I know how frustrating it is to watch videos that last way too long. So that's going to go on like that. And now this piece here is going to get glued on like that, glue or taped on. You want to make sure that you don't glue it on the window sheet portion. You want to just glue it on the top and the bottom. That way when you open it up, you don't have to worry about seeing any glue on the inside. And you really don't need that much tape to adhere this on, so just the top and the bottom is fine. Again, I'm not going to stamp my little duck here because you may be using a different set anyway. So that would adhere right like that. You also have two little rhinestones. I actually put the rhinestones on because I had a little mistake on my stamping, so that's why I added the rhinestone. They're always great to cover up any of those little boo-boos. Okay, so that's the front. And then for the inside, this is going to go in right like this. And before you stamp your images that are going across like that, you might want to just lift this up and make like a little pencil mark right there, just so that you know that your images are going to be right where you want them through that window sheet. And then that'll open up so that you can see what's inside. Okay. This paper here was Grapefruit Grove, another in color that is going to be retiring. And again, this Designer Series paper is from Celebration. Okay, this is the next card. And this will be your card packet. Again, this paper here is from the Celebration sets. So this is Bermuda Bay and Melon Mambo, and those were the colors that I used to color in these flowers. So this is going to get attached to this, and this is going to be attached to this. However, make sure that you attach your ribbon before you attach the cardstocks together. So I'm going to take these, go ahead and adhere them together. You would obviously color this in before you attach it to your card. Somehow I'm going to have to go back and color those after the fact. Or maybe not. Maybe I'll just leave them. Okay, so then the ribbon is going to get attached. It's not meant to go all the way around your card. It's just meant to wrap around it. I'm going to turn it over. Just take some regular old tape and adhere that to the back. So that's your card front. That's going to be attached to this. I've already cut out your circle dies. Obviously, you're going to stamp on this first and then adhere this. And that gets adhered to your front. I know how much you guys like making your bows, but I made them for you. That's being sarcastic. I always get asked to make bows for them, for everybody. So you go ahead and attach that. I would probably use a mini glue dot to attach that to your card front. You also have some little, these were called candy dots, I believe. We no longer sell these, but they make cute little embellishments on your card, so I included those in your card kit. And then you'll also find this little piece of Designer Series paper. So what I did was I went ahead and colored these in to match the front. I did some fussy cutting around that and attached that to the bottom here. That's totally optional. I know some of you don't like to do fussy cutting, especially around these tiny little flowers, so that's totally optional. Okay, that is my card class in the mail. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer them. I hope you all are staying safe during these crazy times, and I look forward to being able to see you again in person. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.